Imagine two children. Both are intelligent. Both have supportive parents. Both dream of having successful and financially secure lives. But there's one difference. The first child begins learning coding, financial literacy, communication, and digital skills at 10 years old. The second child waits until they graduate from university at 22. Fast forward 10 years. Which child do you think has the greater advantage? Most people assume success is determined by talent. But what if the biggest advantage isn't talent at all? What if it's simply starting earlier? Today, we're exploring one of the most overlooked secrets of wealth creation, career success, and lifelong achievement. Why children learn faster than adults, and how parents can use that advantage to help their children build wealth much earlier in life. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may never look at your child's free time the same way again. Many parents believe that childhood is simply a time for school, play, and waiting until adulthood before learning real-world skills. The common mindset is there's plenty of time. My child can learn that later. But here's the challenge. The world doesn't wait. Technology doesn't wait. Artificial intelligence doesn't wait. Global competition certainly doesn't wait. While many children spend years consuming entertainment, others are quietly building skills that will shape the rest of their lives. By the time some young adults begin learning coding, graphic design, communication, digital marketing, or financial literacy in their 20s, there are teenagers who have already spent 6 or 8 years mastering those same skills. The difference isn't intelligence, it's time. Time is one of the few resources every child receives equally. The question is how it's used, and that's where many families unknowingly lose one of the greatest opportunities they could ever give their children. Imagine two 10-year-olds, David and Daniel. They attend the same school. They earn similar grades. They both enjoy video games and cartoons. But during one school holiday, David's parents enroll him in a coding and digital creativity program. At first, he struggles. He makes mistakes. His first project barely works, but he keeps learning. Daniel spends the same holiday doing what many children naturally enjoy, watching movies, scrolling videos, and playing games. Neither choice seems life-changing at the time. Fast forward 8 years. David is now 18. He has built websites, designed graphics, speaks conversational French, understands the basics of AI, and has completed dozens of personal projects. He's confident using technology and has begun earning income from freelance work while preparing for university. Daniel is also bright and hardworking, but he is only just beginning to learn those same skills. Neither child is less capable than the other. The difference is that one had 8 extra years of practice. That is the quiet power of starting early. Here's the insight that changes everything. Children don't just learn quickly. They also have something adults can never recover once it's gone: time. Adults often juggle careers, bills, family responsibilities, and limited free time. Children usually have fewer obligations, giving them more opportunities to experiment, fail, improve, and grow. Mastery isn't created in a weekend. It's built through thousands of small moments of practice. A child who spends just 1 hour a day learning a valuable skill gains hundreds of hours of experience each year. Over time, those hours compound into confidence, competence, and opportunity. The greatest advantage a child can have isn't being the smartest person in the room, it's having years to learn before the world expects them to perform. Science has consistently shown that childhood is a remarkable period for learning. Young minds are highly adaptable, forming new connections through curiosity, repetition, and practice. While adults can absolutely learn new skills and succeed, children often have the advantage of more flexible learning habits and more years ahead to develop expertise. Think about language learning. Children who begin learning French, Spanish, or German at a young age often develop stronger pronunciation and greater confidence using those languages over time. Those language skills can later support international education, global careers, travel, and business opportunities. The same applies to digital skills. Imagine teaching a child the difference between spending and investing, helping them understand budgeting, showing them how value is created before money is earned. These lessons shape habits that can influence financial decisions for decades. Or think about communication. Children who learn to express ideas confidently, speak before groups, and communicate respectfully often carry those abilities into leadership roles, interviews, entrepreneurship, and professional careers. Graphic design and digital content creation offer another example. Today's businesses rely on visual communication. Children who learn design principles early can eventually create digital products, assist businesses, or build personal brands. The important point isn't that every child must become a programmer or designer. The point is that every valuable skill learned early becomes easier to improve over time. That's how mastery develops, not through perfection, but through consistency. And here's where wealth enters the conversation. Wealth is rarely built overnight. It is usually built by creating value over a long period. The earlier children begin developing valuable skills, the earlier they can begin creating value for others. And value is what creates opportunity. Opportunity creates income. Income, when managed wisely, creates wealth. If you're a parent wondering where to begin, don't feel pressured to do everything at once. Start with one meaningful skill. Encourage your child to explore technology through age-appropriate coding platforms. Introduce them to creative design, animation, or digital storytelling. Support them in learning a second language, like French, Spanish, or German. Teach simple financial habits such as saving, budgeting, and understanding the difference between needs and wants. Give them opportunities to solve problems independently rather than always providing the answers. Celebrate progress instead of demanding perfection. Remember, your goal isn't to create pressure. Your goal is to create possibility. Even 1 hour of intentional learning each week can accumulate into hundreds of hours over several years. That's the power of consistency. Imagine your child at 25, not just holding a degree, but confidently communicating with international clients, building digital solutions, managing money wisely, creating opportunities instead of waiting for them, adapting to new technologies instead of fearing them, leading with confidence because they spent years developing practical skills alongside their education. That future doesn't begin when they graduate. It begins with the small decisions made today. Today, we learned that children often have an extraordinary capacity to learn, adapt, and grow. We explored why time is one of their greatest advantages, how early learning supports long-term skill development, and why practical abilities like digital skills, financial literacy, communication, foreign languages, and problem-solving can prepare them for a changing world. Most importantly, we discovered that wealth doesn't begin with money. It begins with knowledge. It grows through valuable skills, and it flourishes through years of consistent learning and action. Now we'd love to hear from you. If you could help your child master one skill before they turned 18, what would it be, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your answer could inspire another parent to invest in their child's future. If you're passionate about raising confident, future-ready children and want practical guidance on wealth education, financial literacy, wealth building, high-income digital skills, career growth, side hustles, and personal development, subscribe to Elevana Wealth. Every week, we share educational content designed to help families learn better, earn more, build wealth, and secure a brighter future. Because the greatest gift you can leave your child isn't simply money. It's the knowledge, skills, and mindset to create opportunities and build wealth for a lifetime.